Hey everybody, KC here. So I have a question for you. Are you tired, a little depressed, a little worn out by everything that's been going on for the last 4 or 5 months? Are you is it just beginning to wear on you? Apparently, I was reading this piece in the New York Times. There's now a term for this. It's called Doomscrolling, and it's what happens when people spend too much time on their screens looking at what's basically bad news, or at least news that's not very hopeful. And according to experts, if you spend too much time doom scrolling, and like I doom scroll for a living, that's kind of how I feel. It leaves you feeling angry and anxious and depressed and less productive and less connected with loved ones. And I don't know about all those things, but I will say that after 4 or 5 months of not being on the road, I do sort of feel like I'm working harder, working longer, and getting less done. I'm not sure how that's possible. Anyway, experts say there are things you can do to deal with problems brought on by doom scrolling. Like you can control your screen access. I'm a big fan of that. There's not much I can do about the computer because that's what I do all the time for a living. But I've made a firm decision. I'm turning off the cable TV channels at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not turning them back on until 4 or 5 o'clock at night. I can't let them run in the background anymore. It's just way too depressing. They say one of the things that's important is rethink your breaks. It's really important to, especially if you're working at home, to get up and move around and do different things. One of my goals now is, as much as possible, and it's a little hard because it's like 95 degrees out here with 195% humidity, is to, like, when I'm done with morning newsbeat in the morning, is to go out and take a run. Just to do something to get out of the house. And then finally, they say it's really important to spend time with loved ones. And in this case, I'm following the guidelines set by FMI and other trade organizations, not because they set them, because I think they're a good idea. We have a family dinner every night. It's my wife, my daughter, me, sometimes my son, who's in his own bubble, but so we allow him into ours. And we have dinner, 5, 6 nights a week, all of us together, because that's really important to kind of disconnect from everything else that's going on. So I don't know if you guys are going through the same stuff that I'm going through. If you are, I encourage you to stop doom scrolling. Just don't stop reading Morning Newsbeat. I really like it when you read Morning Newsbeat, and I especially like it when you send me emails and tell me that I'm full of it. Those are the best emails. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning, and as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.